We're all taught that being nice is one of the best things you can be. But what if that's not the whole story? What if being nice all the time isn't actually a strength, but a survival tactic that's quietly holding you back?
And that's really the big idea we're going to dig into here. This belief that being constantly agreeable is a virtue. Well, it's a deeply ingrained myth. And the psychological evidence, it suggests that it comes with a hidden and, frankly, a very high price tag.
I mean, really think about that for a second. Are you that person who always says yes, even when you're completely stretched thin? The one who will do anything to avoid a confrontation? If any of that sounds familiar, you might have that nagging feeling that you're slowly being erased just to keep everybody else happy.
All right, so first up, let's break down what we mean by the nice trap. This isn't some kind of character flaw, okay? It's a pattern of behavior. And the very first step to getting out of any trap is realizing you're in it.
So this right here is the engine that drives the whole nice trap, people-pleasing trap. It's this deep-seated belief that if you just keep giving and giving, you'll be loved, you'll be safe, you'll avoid problems. But what psychologists tell us is that this strategy is usually born from fear, not from genuine strength. And this can lead to something called self-justification fatigue, that utter exhaustion you feel from constantly having to explain and defend your boundaries, which, by the way, just hands all your power over to the other person.
Do any of these just hit a little too close to home? That constant need to take care of everyone, looking for that little nod of approval, and repressing your real feelings? You might tell yourself you're just keeping the peace, but what's really happening is you're building up this secret reservoir of resentment inside. It's like you're winning a tiny battle. You avoided one awkward conversation, but you are absolutely losing the war for your own happiness.
Okay, so you might be a people pleaser. So what, right? What's the big deal? Well, the costs are very, very real, and they go way beyond just feeling a little bit stressed. Let's get into the actual damage this can do. And you can see how all of these are connected, right? When you bottle up those negative feelings to be nice, they don't just vanish. They kind of fester, and they can turn into anxiety and depression. That constant effort leads to total burnout. And because you're not showing people who you really are, your relationships can feel shallow, which can lead to some really profound regrets down the line.
And this is where it gets really eye-opening. Because the consequences of being too nice aren't just in your head. They can show up, clear as day, right in your bank account.
Now, this isn't just a theory. This is data. An economic study actually found a direct link between high agreeableness, which is the scientific term for being nice, and earning less money. Maybe it's because agreeable people don't negotiate their salaries as hard, or they're drawn to lower-paying jobs, but the bottom line is this: your niceness might literally be costing you money.
So if being nice is the problem, does that mean the answer is to become a jerk? No, absolutely not. The healthy, powerful alternative is something called assertiveness. And the best part is, it's a skill. It's something you can actually learn. I want you to think of it like a spectrum, okay? On one end, you've got passive behavior, where you completely ignore your own needs. On the other end, you have aggressive behavior, where you just trample all over everyone else's needs. Assertiveness is that powerful sweet spot, right in the middle, where you stand up for yourself while still respecting other people.
Let's see how this actually sounds in the real world. A passive person might say, well, I guess we could do that. An aggressive person would just say, we're doing this and that's final. But the assertive person, they'd say something like, I'm a little concerned about that plan. I would prefer to do this instead. See the difference? It's all about honesty, clarity, and respect.
Now this all sounds great in theory, doesn't it? But how do you actually do it? Especially when you're in a tense situation and all your people-pleasing alarms are going off. What you need is a plan, a script even. And luckily for us, psychologists have already developed one. It's a simple, super easy to remember framework that you can practice and use to totally transform how you communicate, especially when things get tough. It's called the DES script. Simple, right? D is for describe. Just state the facts, no judgment. E is for express. Say how it makes you feel using I statements. S is for specify. Say exactly what you want to happen. And C is for consequences. Explain the positive outcome if that change is made. It's like a roadmap for a difficult conversation.
And just look at this comparison. It's night and day, isn't it? The aggressive approach is all about blame and threats, which just puts people on the defensive immediately. But the assertive DESC approach, it's calm, it's factual, and it's focused on finding a solution. It lays out the problem, explains the personal impact, proposes a clear fix, and then frames the outcome as a win for everybody. This is how you get results without burning bridges. And at the end of the day, that's really what this is all about. That temporary little rush you get from someone's approval, it's nothing compared to the deep, lasting confidence that comes from living as your authentic self.
So, the next time you find yourself in a moment where you're about to stay quiet, to swallow what you really need, just to keep things smooth, ask yourself this one simple question. Who is really winning here? The answer just might change everything for you.